We've seen Tootin with the leg or knee brace for all these weeks. How good was the off week for him, at least from a health standpoint?
Oh, it was good. You know, he had a knee sprain in the past few weeks, and that extra time getting him healthy was something that was definitely beneficial for him. So we're excited coming into Thursday night.
BC's rush defense is vastly improved from last year. What do you see out of them, and how big of a challenge is this for you guys?
Yeah, they're a good group. You know, their front seven is as good as, you know, anybody we've faced. They're well coached. They're sound defensively. So we definitely have our work cut out for us Thursday night.
Over to open ACC play, you faced a Miami team that I believe was top 10 in the nation in rushing defense. Stanford was top 10 in the nation in rushing defense. BC's 25th. Is this a good test to see where the run game is here with these first three tests in the ACC play?
Yeah, no doubt. You know, we faced some formidable opponents, and BC's definitely going to be one. But it's a good challenge for our guys. Good challenge up front. Good challenge for the backfield to come out and show that we can compete.
Do your running backs look at these defenses and say, yeah, this is one of the games we like to establish ourselves?
Yeah, we want to do that. We challenge ourselves each and every game to, you know, come out and make an impact. And, you know, hopefully Thursday night, you know, we can have one of those days where we get on a roll and have some momentum.
Is there any area you feel like Tootin's better this year than he was last year? Any specific jumps that he's made?
Yes, you know, he's always been a talented ball carrier. I think he's taken tremendous steps playing without the football. He's been a lot better in pass protection. He's been decent catching the ball out the backfield, and those were the things that we challenged him on in the offseason. He's doing a good job.
How about his nose for the end zone? He seems to find it pretty regularly. Has that always been there with him?
Yeah, he was good last year, but I do think he's improved in that area. He does not want to be denied when he gets down there. He's running with really good pad level, making the right reads, running with good lean. He's doing a really good job.
He said last week, I said that 4th and 1, and you went up to him and you're like, I need a yard. He's like, I'm going to score a touchdown.
That's
here.
it. Yeah.
Was that true?
That was definitely true. You know, that was a big play. And the thing with him is, if you want to get the most out of him, just challenge him or tell him he can't do something, and he usually goes out there and responds.
What kind of stuff do you say to him that he can't do?
You know, sometimes it's individual matchups with defenders. You know, that linebacker is much better than you. That defensive lineman is going to stop you on 4th down. Just finding different ways to motivate him and challenge him, and he does a good job of answering the bell.
You say that to him, you just kind of see a look on his eye after you say that to him? Or what?
Yeah, I mean, he feels that he's very confident in himself. And so, you know, whenever I challenge him or say he can't do something, he gives me a look like, Coach, you don't know what you're talking about, and he goes out there and responds, and that's what I love about him.
How tough was PJ's injury after the way he had come along?
It's a blow. You know, PJ definitely gave us a burst in the backfield. He was, you know, invaluable on special teams, you know, so losing him for a couple weeks definitely hurts.
How do you feel that spot? It was maybe more of a little pass catching type thing that he had going there.
Yeah, just next man up. You know, Malachi is a veteran who step in and hopefully get, you know, more carries and help us out the backfield. And then Jeremiah Coney is another guy who is awaited his opportunity and his turn. So hopefully he'll get a chance to show what he can do also.
What has Coney shown? Obviously, last fall he was hearing a lot of high praise out of him, and I think he dealt with a wrist injury, sort of got slowed down there. What has he shown moving into year 2 now?
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. You know, he comes prepared. He's taking the steps that we've needed to. It's just, you know, Bayshaw too, and it's tough to take off the field. You know, so it's not as though, you know, Jeremiah is not doing his part. It's just that Bayshaw is playing at a very high level.
And for a true freshman guy like Tyler Mason to have Bayshaw obviously in the room, Malachi Thompson, you mentioned a veteran, a leader on this team. How beneficial is that for him to trickle down, and what's he shown?
You know, I can't ask for more. I mean, he has a veteran to know how to prepare, how to compete, and, you know, I think him sitting back this year and watching him is going to pay huge dividends down the line.
You mentioned Bayshaw pass pro. Yeah. I think it was the Felton touchdown against Stanford where he had
picked up the twist, D lineman.
What I guess in your mind, what makes a good pass pro as a running back, and where have you seen him grow the most in that area?
Yeah, so even though he's shorter in stature, his leverage gives him an advantage a lot of the times. Last year, I didn't feel like he always met force with force, and he didn't strike through the defenders. And this year, he is really trying to punish on all pass protections, and I really think that's helped with giving Kyron more space in the pocket, and just being able to show that that's what he can do as he prepares for the next level.
Coach Bowen mentioned like Tootin's the engine that kind of gets this offense going. How valuable has he been to allow Kyron to kind of get settled in and open things up?
Yeah, I definitely think, I know I'm biased because I'm a running backs coach, but, I do think that the run game definitely takes a lot of pressure, off the pass game. And so, I think that, when Bayshaw or Malachi, when the run game is rolling, I definitely think that it opens things up for everything else.
What does it mean to you to have the opportunity to coach in a Thursday night game like this?
Oh man, it's obviously coaching in Lane is an experience, in its own, but Thursday night ball here is special, and so if you can't get up for this, you don't have a pulse.
I believe Bayshaw's averaging like over 100 yards per game this year. What do you feel like it is about just his mindset? I know you touched on it earlier. Just it seems like he's a little bit more motivated this year.
Yeah, I think deep down, he feels that, he is one of the, top backs in the country, and sometimes, maybe he feels, he has a chip on his shoulder that, he might be overlooked, and so he sets out each game to show that he's in the upper echelon of national, running backs, and so, I think all players want to be the best, and I think he goes out each week and just tries to show it.
You mentioned Bayshaw playing at an elite level, like just now. Top 20 in the league in rushing yards, top 10 in touchdowns. How beneficial has it been to have him as a back who can go out there and basically score almost any play?
I don't take him for granted. He is a special back. There are things that he does that you can't coach, and so I know that I'm fortunate and blessed to have an opportunity to coach a guy like Bayshaw, and with 6, 7, 8 games left, whatever it is, I'm gonna enjoy the ride.
You said there are things he does that you can't coach. What are some of those things that just make him unique?
So he's one of the most instinctive running backs I've ever seen. He will find a way when there's nothing there to get additional yardage. And to the common observer, that it just looks like a dirty 2 or 3 yard run. But to a coach, that is not something that a lot of guys can do, and so he has instincts, he has contact balance, he has vision that not a lot of guys have, period.
Is there a guy you've coached in the past that he kind of reminds you of, or is he just that unique?
He's in his own class. I've had guys who might have been bigger, maybe a step faster, but as far as the entire package goes, he's in his own league.